Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Welcome to our show tonight. This is Miles.
And this is Edith. We are both Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator.
Yes, we are.
And tonight we are going to discuss about words.
Words. It's episode number 27.
Yes.
And words, are they creating or destroying your living?
Yeah.
So we're going to explore this huge topic about words and language and see if you guys can maybe find something of use in what we say. And there's a lot about words and how we use words and the meaning of words and the definitions of words. And we tend to think that words are our best way to communicate. And what if we are communicating or saying things to the universe that don't really match what we really desire for our life? And we do it unconsciously. We do it from a space of just unawareness, of habit, of teachings from this reality, of really not being present in our bodies and not really saying what we desire, not being clear about what we desire. And some of that comes from not being clear from the get-go, like not really sure what we desire. So today we're going to talk about some ideas about what words, where they sort of, not what they mean, but maybe how to speak more of what is true for you and what you desire so that the universe can acknowledge and hear what you say and create more of those possibilities so you can have what you truly desire. And the pitfalls too of where we get trapped in using words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you using your word to create what you desire, or are you using your word to create the same thing over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one of the lie, I could say, of this reality is to think that if we say, I don't want this, I don't desire this, and by adding some emotion with this, I don't want this anymore in my life, we believe that we're creating something different.
Mm-hmm.
What if we create the same thing again and again? So everything that is, we know and create and destroy it all times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And one way, I'm just going to go and jump in if you have something to add here. So I'm going to look at a lot of different specific words and how we use them, and then I can just take what resonates with you and throw the rest away. Because I've been studying, I guess, language and words for a while, and this is an interesting topic for me, and hopefully you can find something interesting as well. So one way to be present in our body is to use words that will bring us into this space. Like our thoughts, feelings, and emotion, like Gary and Dane talk about, is a lower harmonic. It's not from knowing, being, perceiving, and receiving. It's more of within this reality. So sometimes we use words to solidify the emotions, like Edith was saying, like trying to have some emotion about what you don't want and making it like using an emotion to really like tell the universe what you don't want. And that's one way of like sort of destroying your future is it's like instead of saying what you do desire or what it is that you do desire in your life, we sometimes tend to go to like what I don't want. Like I would rather, I don't want to be sad. It's like, okay, I don't ever want to be sad again or whatever. I never want to struggle again. And that's okay for acknowledgement. But what you're saying to the universe, what we're saying to the universe in that space is more about being more about struggle, more about being sad. I don't want to be bored anymore. It's more about being bored. And instead of saying, I don't want to do this, you could say, what is it that you do want? It's like, I prefer, instead of saying, I don't want to be bored, it's like, I desire to have lots of things that interest me and keep me entertained and those things, right? Instead of saying, I don't want to struggle anymore, it's turning that around and saying, I desire to have ease in my moving forward and creating my desired life with ease, something like that. And another way that we go into destroying what we could be creating, or destroying our dreams, I would say, is, these are some that Gary talks about, like I want means what does it mean? I don't, I lack of, yeah. So one way is like, instead of saying I want, you say I desire. But, or I can't is a way of what would it take for me to recognize my potency? So these are all words that can stop us from creating what we desire. Or it's too hard. Oh, this is too hard. And saying, instead of that, it's like, what's easy about this that I'm not recognizing or not willing to see, or I feel blocked. I'm blocked. It's like, okay, what would it take for me to move easily in this reality? So everywhere that we've used these words of not creating and thinking that is in somehow a way of that it is creating, will you please destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, and here what Miles talks about is about the principle of inclusion. Mm-hmm. Everything we include in our life, we create it. If we say, as you said, I don't want to be sad, what are you adding in your universe? You're adding sadness. Even if you say, I don't want to, it's there. You include it. So this is why it works better. It creates more, not better, but it works differently when you choose what you say what you desire, because when you say what you desire, you include it as well. Everything we say, everything we think, everything we keep ourselves, the energy we keep ourselves in, we include this in our universe, and this is that is creating our future too. So so everywhere you believe that by being this intensity of emotion, what will make the change in our life is the intensity of the being, but not the intensity of the emotion. So everywhere you believe that by including this intensity of being in your life and the intensity of I don't want to, including this not thing in your life will create the opposite, will create automatically the opposite of what you desire, will, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion. Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, there's also sort of the way that we trick ourselves is like, I desire to stop smoking, or I desire to lose weight, or I desire to stop struggling. That's another twisted way to not create. It's still not choosing what we desire. When I say I desire to lose weight, cancel clear, I don't really want to lose weight. But that's still a way of avoiding choosing. It's like a way to trick ourselves into think, well, I've said I desire, so I'm definitely choosing and creating my life. Well, what we're creating from that perspective is more of what we don't want, more of the struggle of stopping smoking, or the struggle of trying to lose weight, or the struggle of trying to stop struggling. There's all this dynamic, instead of like getting caught up in I'll say the politics, because it's the season of trying to resolve problems. You can choose something different. Okay, I choose to have a body that I like and move easily and I feel good about. Instead of saying I desire to lose weight, just come at it from a place of, okay, what is it that you do desire? I desire to stop smoking. I desire to breathe easily and feel good about my health and have the lung capacity with ease that I would like to have, something like that, instead of the coming to the conclusion that the stopping smoking is going to give you that. There's still a battle of trying to get over something or change something. So that's another
So
way to do
you're
it.
saying something. You're saying two things here.
Okay.
That it's not clear for me. You say that there is this thing about desire. It's not about desiring. It's about choosing.
Yeah. So like if I say I desire to stop smoking, just because I've said desire doesn't mean that I'm going to. So it's like instead of saying I desire to have a full lung capacity and breathe easily, that would be a more probably creative way. The universe can acknowledge that and help you with that. But if I were to say I desire to stop smoking, that's still focused on the stop smoking part. It's not really creating my life. It's like to stop something is not creating. It's still sort of getting mixed up in the issue instead of just like putting the issue aside and choosing something different. Like what could I choose that the stopping smoking I think in my mind is going to give me? What would I choose by losing the weight? What will that give me in my mind? And choose that, like freedom of movement or ease in my body or like my body or whatever it is, or I will, whatever the person has that they have associated with the loss of weight. Yeah, it's like that. So everywhere that we're tricking ourselves into thinking that if I say desire that we're creating our life, but yet we're still stuck in the loop of uncreating our life. We destroy it and uncreate all that times godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, bows and feelings. Okay, I just want to make sure I get what you say.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that we say I desire, that automatically we put in action the energy to create what we desire. Is it what you're saying?
We can say I desire, but that's going to put in place the desire to stop smoking, which is still not creating your life. Stopping smoking isn't about creating, it's about stopping something. It's not about creating. You can say I desire, but just by saying desire does not automatically free everything up and then we automatically, it's just it doesn't, it's more direct to say I desire to live my day with full lung capacity, breathe freely, whatever not stopping smoking means to that person, instead of trying to stop the thing that they're stuck about.
Okay. So and there's something I would like to say here about that, this desire. A lot of people have a lot of desire, but when comes the time for them to move on, take action, they don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say I desire something, I would like, and you talk about it a bit, it's about including being present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what am I ready to be, to do, or to have here for me to get this result or to have this desire complete? Look, if you want to know, okay, are you just in the desire of something like a fantasy?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like a fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, like a fantasy. Are you there, or are you in this thing where, okay, yes, I desire it and I'll do whatever is required. And again, look, are you present to this? Are you ready to do whatever is required for you? Because if you use I desire and you're not present into it, well, first, where are you?
Mm-hmm.
And second, what will it create if you're not there? If you don't include you in this.
Yeah.
So yeah, everywhere you use the words, everywhere you believe that words, and it can too. Yeah, that's the thing. Interesting. So everywhere you believe that by desiring something you're going to get it like this, and it's possible too that you create it this way, but there's a lie here. So everywhere you believe that in the lie of the desire without being present, you will receive everything you desire. Will you now create and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. There's something about what you said, Edith, about if you're not present. One way to get present is to really take ownership with what you're desiring to say and being specific about what it is that you're wanting to say. Like, for example, if I say the earth is polluted, the earth is having a lot of pollutants or whatever. If I were to say the earth, it puts it sort of like outside of me. If I were to say my earth, then I take more ownership of it. I take more, like, I'm more involved in that. The same with our bodies. Like if I say the body doesn't want this, but if I say my body, then I'm much more able to acknowledge and be present with my body. If I say the shoulder hurts, as opposed to saying my shoulder hurts, it's like when I've worked with people with therapy, I've heard that a lot. They have a tendency to dismember themselves as though they're not part of their body. It's like they have, the knee is giving them problems. They'll say the knee is hurting again, or the head is hurting, or, it's like, it's okay, where is that person in that equation? It's like they're not even present in their body. They're not even present in their life. They're out of their body. They're distracted. They're not even here. So that's one way. Or like the blank situation, like the money situation. Okay, my money situation, or the relationship. How about my relationship? So it's not to get caught up in defining ourselves in that, but just to take ownership so we can make choices when we're present and when we're here. So everywhere that we're trying to dismember our body parts and dismember us and alienate us from this existence, will you now please destroy it and uncreate all that times a godzillion?
Right, wrong, good and bad, part and puck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. The purpose of word is to create a greater possibility. And are you using words to create what you desire, or are you using words to reflect the life that you have right now? Because what creates our reality, it's our point of view. Our point of view are going to create our reality. It's not our reality that creates our points of view. So, yeah. Okay, so everywhere you believe that by acknowledging what is there in your life, that it will change, what it does, it's just creating it over and over again. But you believe that there will be something that will be created other than the same thing we now create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, that's really cool. It seems as though, like, when we bring up a subject, instead of choosing something different, it's as though it's going to change. Just like we keep talking about something, or if I keep talking about something, keep bringing up some issue that I have or some place that I'm stuck, it doesn't change unless I make another choice. Yeah. Another thing that I think is interesting, there's so much to talk about this topic. We only have choosing a half an hour. So, and here, just what I said, we only have a half an hour. It's like, well, we make the choices, we can have 2 hours or whatever. So I just, in a sense, made myself like codependent on something else. It's like we only have, so anyway, little example. So like another thing that I like to talk about is like half pregnant, like Gary talks about being half pregnant. And that is also in our language. Just like, I'm going to try to be happy today. It's like, okay, we either choose happiness or we don't, or I hope someone will help me today. It's like choosing someone to help you or not, or I intend to choose differently today. I intend to do that, or I intend to do the laundry today. It's like, no, you either do the laundry or you don't. It's like, I intend to stand up. It's like, well, okay, try to go in between about sitting or standing. You can't. You're either standing or sitting. So I would like to possibly marry you. That's really kind of a very non-committal statement, but that's kind of
it's already done.
Oh yeah, I did that already. Yeah, check. That's right. But that seems to be the way that we create our life, is from the words that we use. And when the universe hears that, if like you're making some request about I'm going to try to be happy today, that's not really a firm action about being happy. It's just, and the universe is like, okay, well, I'm going to try to watch you be happy. You know, there's nothing really for it. It's like it's confused, I guess. And I don't know how the universe really works, but that just comes from what I think about that. And also fantasies of vagueness, like Edith was talking about earlier, and absolutes. It's like that's where the universe is like, okay, I need some specifics here to help you. If you're just vague about what it is that you desire, you know, like some people say they want to help everyone, or they would like to do better in everything. Okay, what specifically would you like to do better at, or who specifically would you like to help, or like I've heard, like complete transformation. Okay, into what? Transform into what? Like a four-legged, I don't know, whatever, you know, an animal. So it's like it's being clear about what it is that you desire, and at the same time, not trying to demand how it shows up, but being clear what it is you desire, but not putting demands on how it shows up, like allowing the universe to create it the way it can. So everywhere that we are using vagueness in our life and our language, because we either don't want to choose what we truly desire to choose, or we are not acknowledging what it is that we truly desire to choose, we please destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion, please.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, balls and beyonds. I want to continue with what I said before.
Okay.
It's not about, you know, when I said, I hear someone's answer me, yeah, but this is what I live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about acknowledging. The thing is, it's about, or you know what you live. So what is it that you want to focus on?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want to create? Because the situation that you're in right now, it is there. You created that. And it's not about, knocking on your head or blaming you. It's not about that. It's about, hey, what is it here that created this? What is it of me, or what are the thoughts, feeling, emotion that created that when we're not happy with whatever is? Because when there's something in our life that doesn't work, those are thoughts, feeling, and emotion that are there. We chose, probably unconsciously, to believe thoughts, feeling, and emotion. So if you desire to use your words to create the reality that you desire, it's about, what is it that I desire? Yeah, and really, what is required here is to stop being this what you live in your life. It's about begin to ask questions to the universe. What would it take for me to live, to create a different life? If you perceive an energy of what you desire, what are the words that could, because the words have an energy, so what are the words that could indicate, that could create this energy? And it's about, and you don't know, you can just ask, what would it take for me to find the words that will create this reality that I know possible? And yeah, and everything that doesn't allow you that, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, there's lots of little details in these words, and I have so many notes that I could go over. But yeah, it's really just about listening to yourself and being clear about what it is that you really truly desire, and being clear about what you're saying, and not being vague, and not being like the victim, or not being codependent, or like the deletion is like, I like what you did, however, or I'm very excited, but I love it, although, or it would be great. So wouldn't it be great? So that's, instead of saying it will be great, it's just, those are all ways of sort of deleting the ideas that you had, or if you're going to compliment someone, it's just like sort of like taking that back. It's like the buts, and you can just replace that with and, like, I like what you did, and, or I'm really excited, and, or I love this, and. So it's not as though we don't have to have the controversy of saying and acknowledging things about our life that we desire and enjoy. We can say that, yeah, I like what you did, and I would like to see more of this. Or, and so it's like acknowledging yourself as well. I like the day that I had today. I got a lot of stuff done, or I got a couple of things done, and I would like to get more done. Something like that, instead of saying, I got a couple of things done, but I really would like to have more, get things different, do things different. It's a very different energy. It's like it's almost like this idea of brutally beating yourself up. It's just like, I got 2 things done today, but I had a whole lot more stuff I could do. It's just like, it's like disregarding the things that you got done. So if you can just add and to that, and tomorrow I would like to get more done. That's just such a lighter energy. There's no criticism. There's no, it's just like nice. It's just open to something different. Also codependence, like one of the things that I find really interesting, listen to people is say, let me think. It's like as though I'm trying to stop the person from thinking, or let me go to the bathroom. It's like, I'm not really trying to stop the person going to the bathroom, but it's just something that's so common in our language that it's just a way of codependent. It's like as though that person's a victim to me, like I'm holding them from going to the bathroom. I'm standing in front of the door. Don't go to the bathroom. No, let me go to the bathroom. So it's just, our language is so twisted, so weird, that I encourage you guys to listen to the words that you use and see if it is really what you desire, and being clear about what it is that you desire. And that for me has been really helpful in determining or having an idea of what it is I do desire, like getting through all of this twisted reverse language, and seeing really what it is I do desire. It's helpful. It's helpful to create your life, or to create my life based on that. So everywhere that we're using language as a way to keep ourselves confused and not create what we truly desire, will you please destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion, please?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all 9 shorts, bows and beyonds. There is this thing about, I remember it was in one of the books that I read before. I really enjoyed this, when we are at a certain level in our life and we would like to be somewhere else, and we don't see how we can be there. We are stuck somewhere. So I don't remember the words that they said, but I will call it, there's a way to
Progress.
to progress, yeah, I guess, to convince, that's the word to convince ourselves that it is possible. So it could be we begin by, it would be fun to believe that I can succeed. Let's think about the success. It would be fun to believe that I can succeed. And then I like the idea that I could succeed. And then I allow myself the idea that I can succeed. And then, what if I can succeed? And then I allow myself to succeed. So, and yeah, when we believe that we are very far from something, that could be a kind of tool to use to get closer to what we desire. Of course, there are the access questions that we can use. Look where you are in this and clear everything that keep you on the level that you are. That's a great way to do. Like, I allow myself the idea that I can succeed, and everything that doesn't allow that, I uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good, bad, pot, puck, all 9 shorts, bows and beyonds. It's about, using words to create what you desire instead of keeping yourself stuck where you are. It's about acknowledging there was something in the EFT that I liked. It was, even though I feel unable of succeeding, I completely accept and love myself. You know, we take the thing, and because we're not able to do something, usually we'll be against us, we'll blame ourselves, we'll judge ourselves. But by saying this, even though I haven't succeeded, I completely accept and love myself, or I completely allow myself to do this, and I love myself. And it's just about shifting the way that we think. The way that we think is good for 10 seconds or 5 or 1 second. It's about us to open up to create a different reality, and it begins with us. And so what would it take for you to allow yourself to open up to a new reality? And when I say new reality, this reality that you know possible. Are you on a quest? Are you trying? You know that there's something. Maybe if you don't know what it is, you're on a quest. So what is it? Look at the energy of what you know that is possible for you. Look at this energy, and what are the words that will match this energy that you know is possible? What will it take for you to ask questions about what you know that is possible? Even if you don't know how to do it, this is the universe's job to do it. It's about asking this to the universe. And maybe allow yourself to, what would it take for me to believe that by asking this, what would it take for me to trust that by asking this, I'm about putting energy in the world and I will create it. It will be created. With the contribution of the universe, and everything that doesn't allow you to use the word to contribute into your life, and to contribute to create the future you desire, will you know and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, calling it shorts, bulls and beyonds. It's like, what would it take to use the words for our creation, not our destruction? So everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and create all that times godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all 9 shorts, bulls and beyonds. You want to add something?
No, I think, well, there's a lot, but I think we touched some good points here today.
Yeah.
So cool.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, and check out our website for any other previous podcasts, happyhumanoids.com, and we have some freebies and some products as well. And also, if you're not familiar with the clearing statement, you can check it out on our website, happyhumanoids.com. Frequently asked questions. There's a video of Dane describing the clearing statement, as well as a written text about it. So thanks again, and we will see you next time on the same time slot. Bye-bye.
Thanks for
listening, and please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Ciao.
Bye-bye.